Well, hello again from Central Virginia. So I've been working with my son on cleaning up this new, I call it my improvised bed. This is where we planted some cantaloupe seeds, and I just stuck a pumpkin in there as well because I didn't have anywhere else to put it. If you recall, this particular no-dig bed was made by taking sod that I had dug out when I planted my blackberries and my new blueberry bushes, and we just turned it upside down and put it in a strip right across on top of the grass. My original intent was to create a planting strip that I would use next year for planting some new asparagus. But I kind of got a little carried away and decided that, well, what the heck, I might as well plant into it now. It had been sitting for about a month and a half to 2 months. And so I just added some compost in the planting space. Actually, I planted some transplants of the cantaloupe and the pumpkins, and they've grown really well, as well as a major volunteer tomato plant. I'll tell you what we've done so far, and I'll let you know what I'm going to do today. Like the other beds in this area, this is about 12 feet long, maybe a little bit longer. And I have actually the planting strip down the center here where you see the pumpkins and the cantaloupe growing. And I put down cardboard around the barrier, the exterior, and then I broke apart some of the bales of hay and put them down. I did not loosen the hay, I just put big clumps of hay down, and that will go ahead and kill the grass beneath. By planting time next year, that hay will have composted down quite a bit, and that whole wide strip will be plantable. So one of the things I did yesterday with my son, we went ahead and just put up some 5-foot tall fencing to serve as a trellis for these some of these cantaloupe to grow up. The trellising should help a lot with getting better airflow in here. I put the trellising on the west side of the bed. That's because the sun starts in the east, which is in that direction for me. That is the west. And therefore, it'll get good sunlight all day, tracking up and over, and eventually to the western side. And that way, the sun will come down, and all of these plants will get full sun all day long. I will have to watch out for things like powdery mildew. I will use baking soda to start, because powdery mildew and mildews definitely will come in these kinds of plants, particularly this time of the year. All right, so today's issue is trying to give some support to this tomato plant. Now it's flopping over in the front. That's because I had sort of pulled it out from where the cantaloupe is growing in here. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to put some posts in, and I've got this just old fencing, 4x4 fencing, and I'm just going to sort of give it a little prop up. My goal is to keep the tomato vine off the ground and growing up and out of the way of this cantaloupe planting. Let's see how this works. Again, I am not looking for this to be a permanent solution. I'm going to pull this tomato up and give it some support. Oops. The idea is just to kind of get it off of the ground, out of the way of these lovely cantaloupe plants. Again, it doesn't have to be completely enclosed. The idea is really just to get this thing growing against something. Okay, that works. All right, so hopefully we can get these tomatoes lifted up. And I have no clue what kind of tomatoes they are because they're volunteer. And like a lot of my other volunteer plants, this one is incredibly robust. So you never know, but I'm sure glad to have a nice volunteer tomato. And I'm happy that this improvised bed here that I have is coming along. I'm really pleased to see that things grew in that strip of sod. And I'll just keep you posted. Keep following me, and I'll show you other ways of how I do variations of no-dig gardening and improvising as much as possible. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.